there are more questions than answers in this recall mess, and today, well, we got one more when a vehicle safety group said this problem could be deadlier than we thought. The 31 crashes and 12 deaths GM says are linked to faulty ignition switches may be greatly underestimated. That's according to vehicle safety watchdog Clarence Ditlow, whose independent Center for Auto Safety in Washington says more than 300 fatalities could be linked to the defects. It's one of a string of questions being asked in wake of GM's recall of more than 1.6 million vehicles, including the Chevy Cobalt and Saturn Ion. GM says faulty ignition switches can cause the vehicle's engines to shut down, disabling power steering and airbags. In Ditlow's review of data, he and his team discovered 303 deaths in recalled Cobalts and Ions happened after their airbags failed to deploy. It's unclear if all the deaths are really related to the ignition problem, and GM says a suggestion that they are is just speculation.
Let me start by asking you about the GM recall.
Just yesterday, for the first time, U.S. Transportation Secretary Anthony Foxx weighed in on the widening GM mess. He defended the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, who was aware of the problems for years, but never launched a formal probe.
Despite 3 crash investigations and other research, the data was inconclusive. It just didn't point to a formal investigation. NHTSA is currently looking for ways to improve its own investigations and recall processes.
Now, GM is already the subject of a criminal investigation by the U.S. Attorney in New York and a separate investigation by Congress. We'll have more on the GM recall later today on 7 Action News at 5.